daun-daun, bili-bili mo, kasahan di ka pa, ganito ka, ganito ka.
Sadly. So tell me about the California Highway Patrol Station in Bishop, California. Have you had any new hires?
Yeah, so we recently have Officer Keck, who just got off of his field training, and so he's on his own now. Recently we've had the sergeant's test rolled through for the California Highway Patrol, and we're waiting to hear the results of that. We had a couple officers out of our area who took the test. And then starting next month, we have another new officer who is going to be coming in and starting field training pretty soon here as well. And his name's going to be Officer Tanksley.
Tanksley.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Now, when somebody they take the test, they pass, they become a sergeant. Do they have to leave Bishop?
Not necessarily.
If there's a sergeant's position, they can stay?
Yes. So the way that it works is you have a written test and you have an oral test, right? Both of those tests are put together as far as your score, like it's averaged. And then depending on how well you did in the state, because it's a statewide test, you get put on a ranking list, and then they go by ranking as to offering you positions around the state that are open. So if Bishop were to have an open spot and you tested better than the Joe Schmo behind you, then you get first dibs on that.
Excellent. Finally, meritocracy in decisions.
Yeah, right. Merit system. It's good.
Now, what about equipment? Have you got any new equipment recently?
We have some new patrol vehicles coming into our area. We have new Tahoes coming in. We have a total of 3 right now, so that's nice. We've been using some old Dodge Chargers and old Tahoes recently, so it's kind of nice to finally get that switch over, you know?
Yeah, there's a Dodge Charger.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love the Dodge Chargers, but it's also nice to have some newer equipment too, you know?
Yes, absolutely. And oh darn, whatever it was dropped out of my brain. It must have been very, very important. Promotions, new equipment, new hires, training. Did you have any new training? EOD courses, anything like that?
Aside from the quarterly required training that we do, there hasn't been any new developments of new training or officers taking any right now. We have a new officer who's going to be taking over the front office position, Officer Robarge. So he will be doing training on how to do crash review and, you know, interacting with the public more so than what he's already been doing, you know, in a different sense. Signing off like 180s and signing off tickets and answering those kind of questions and things like that. So he'll be going through quite a bit of training for that. That's pretty much what we've got with that.
So I want to revisit 911. So a couple of weeks, I try not to be a Karen. I really try not to be a Karen. I was in the traffic zone and a guy passed me about 55 miles an hour. It's like, okay, now, do I rat him out and call 911 or do I say, oh, hopefully you catch him down the road a little bit?
So when
twice the speed limit.
What's that?
Twice the speed limit.
Oh yeah. So it really comes down to a gut thing in the moment. And if you think that what somebody's doing is truly unsafe or could put lives in jeopardy, then you should probably call 911, right? And you are exempt from traffic law as long as you're calling 911 and you can articulate that, right? You're allowed to make that phone call if you see something dangerous, right? The things you shouldn't be calling 911 for is like asking questions of how do I get my ticket signed off, or things that are not of an immediate danger, right? So if you see someone who's recklessly driving that's causing a traffic hazard, or could hurt people, or you see someone who might be a drunk driver or etc., things that are actually a hazard, that's what I would call in to 911 and report it.
So like the guy that's texting going 60 miles an hour in the middle lane.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a great segue though, because now you said you have to tell people immediately you're on making 911 call because it's a new no-touch law.
Yes.
So tell us about the new no-touch law.
So I don't think it's rolled out just yet. To my knowledge, it's basically just not touching your phone. That's the change. you know, keep being truly hands-free from using your phone. So my recommendation in preparation for this new law is, while you're still parked in the roadway or wherever you're parked, set your directions on where you're going to go, put your phone on the mount, and leave it there until you're parked again. At that point, you won't have any risk of any tickets or anything like that. You'll know where you're going, and there's no risk of you crashing.
Because it's when I stand on Main Street and watch the people drive by, it's amazing how many people are staring at their phone and talking
It's crazy.
and driving at the same time in a nice congested area.
Mm-hmm.
But
One thing I've noticed is that a lot of people, you know, tend to be on their best behavior when law enforcement is present and things like that. So I'll be driving through town on my off time, and it's crazy the amount of people you see that are just, their heads are in their phone while they're driving.
so it's coming. If it's not here, it's coming. So driver doesn't touch the phone. Like you said, also set the stereo before you get on the road. Because when you, especially going up the grade, you'll see people going from side to side trying to change the channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. Not good.
No, sir.
Trooper Caleb, do you have anything else to cover today?
If you're going to be traveling through the high C areas, our area, something to be mindful of is you're traveling through a desert area, and a lot of the spots don't have cell reception. So if you're coming through this area, be mindful that it's very hot. We're not too far from Death Valley. Water is something that you should carry in your vehicle. I recommend carrying a satellite phone, having medical first aid kits in your car, a blanket, and things that would better prepare you if you were to break down and be in need of assistance, right? So you help yourself before you can or call for help of others, you know?
Yes. It's like $1 a gallon at most of the stores in town. So buy a couple of gallons, put them in your car.
For sure.
Be safe, not corpse. Trooper Caleb, thank you for coming very much.
Glad to be here.
This is Jimmy T with Ion Inyo Mono for Trooper Caleb from the Bishop California Highway Patrol office. Be tremendous.
Hello, I'm Jeff Gabriel with Sierra Forever, and we have an exciting opportunity for 3 individuals who would like to participate in a partnership that we have going on, Sierra Forever, with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, and the Inyo National Forest. Over the Labor Day weekend, which is August 29th, 30th, and 31st, and September 1st, we're going to need 3 individuals to help us with regard to the golden mussel. And those 3 individuals will be either working at Lake Crowley or at Diaz Lake, southern part of Inyo County. The 3 individuals will be trained on how to be able to identify the golden mussels. But if you are at all interested in helping us on this project, again, it's going to be $18.50 an hour for that 4-day period, and you will be able to have the experience of learning about the golden mussels and helping and eradicating this invasive species into our waters here in the Eastern Sierra. So if you want more information about this opportunity to be able to work for $18.50 an hour, then you need to send an email to admin@sierraforever.org, or you can call 760-872-1220. Again, admin@sierraforever.org or 760-872-1220. If you have an interest, please either email or give us a call. Again, this is Jeff Gabriel, Sierra Forever. Educate, inspire, and explore.
Hi everyone, I am Nikki Hart. I am the director of the Job Spot on Main Street, and I am here to remind you that School Year's Eve energy is not just for kids. That's right, it's back to school time for adults in Inyo County too. Inyo County Office of Education's adult courses start their regular weekly schedule on Monday, August 18th. So whether you need to finish your high school diploma, or you want to brush up on your computer skills, or si quieres aprender inglés, come and see us at the Job Spot on Main Street, an adult education center. Our courses this year include all of the fan favorites: high school diploma and GED preparation, digital literacy, computers for professionals, English as a second language, and academic transition, which is a class for students of all levels to meet all kinds of academic goals. So registering is easy. You just need to make an appointment, which you can do online at adulted.inyocoe.org, or you can just come and see us at the Job Spot on Main Street. So all of our classes are offered free of charge to Inyo County residents 18 years and older. So come on in, because we are here to educate, empower, and inspire.
She was good, but it wasn't look the flake good. You'll pay the bill? I'm Jason Brown with Sierra Wave Media, Laughing Parrot Productions, and I've got Paul from Achilles Wheel. They're going to be playing up at June Lake at the Jam Fest. But before we get into that, I wanted to read something from their website here. It says, Achilles Wheel is a California band that blurs the lines between genres with a mix of infectious, high-energy dance beats and stark lyrical ballads, roots, rock, storytelling combined with dance hall psychedelia. Much like life itself, their music breathes in and out with joy and pain, hurtling forward like a wheel intent on hope and love. I love that. How did you come up with that, Paul?
Well, I should go back. I should go back to an earlier time when I was touring the country a lot with my wife as a folk duo.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things that became like an essential question was, what's your genre? What genre are you in? And
Right.
and we always kind of resented that pigeonholing or labeling or whatever. So we came up with a moniker for ourselves, and we called ourselves neo-impressionist folk music. And of course, we were the only ones in that category, which suited us just fine. So when it came time to write this bio for the band, we just kind of looked at, we have 6 different people coming from 6 different directions, musical backgrounds, and all those things contribute to this tableau of fun, sociopolitical commentary, dreams, and just all the rest of it. We kind of threw it all together, and it just seemed like this is how we want to describe ourselves. We're not necessarily going to put a frame around it. We just want to be like, this is a little bit of who we are. But I can tell you, the part of that I love the best is that it comes from the heart. And this band has always appealed to me because of that.
I really enjoy the way that you put it. And you go on to say that the Sierra Mountains and improvisational spirited rockers never paid much mind as to how other jam bands do it, nor do they let their influence determine their sound. That was from the Grateful Web.
Yes.
So are you guys from this area, or was that from a previous time that you were playing up here?
We are not from the Eastern Sierras, but I will say this. Johnny is a schooled geologist, and he loves going to the Eastern Sierras almost any chance he can, because apparently, according to, his background in geology, are just the best. So, going down to June Lake is always a real treat for all of us, but especially him. I can see him. He's just like a kid on Sunday,
Yeah. Okay, well, I just love that quote that came from the Grateful Web. Now, did you guys actually form the band in 2018 when you did the album, or at the Sanctuary? Or when was the band actually formed?
The band had its beginnings around 2009 or 10.
Oh, so
and,
earlier.
And like a lot of the best things in life, I can't remember the details. So
well, I was trying to grab up as much information as I could on you guys, but that was what I saw. It says the wheel began 2018 with the release of their 4th studio album, Sanctuary, which I actually love that album. I was listening to it today.
Well, thank you so much, Jason. I think that, as I said, the band started in about 2009 or 10. We put out, I think, 3 records before this, but Sanctuary might have been the 4th one.
I think that's what it is saying your studio album. My bad.
Don't worry about it.
Now and then, Paul.
Well, of course, we all do. But truthfully, I've been lucky enough to play with these guys since then, and we're still doing it and having a good time.
Now, what do you do in the band? Do you play instrument as well, or?
I play rhythm guitar.
Okay.
I lay claims to that. The rest of the guys are always pushy about getting me to play leads, but that's not really my thing.
Oh.
I do what I can, but I consider myself a rhythm guitar player and a songwriter mostly. I learned how to play guitar so I could write songs.
All right. So, Paul, tell us, how did you come up with the name Achilles Wheel?
All right. So after many years being in this band and that band, and all of a sudden I was with this new bunch of guys, and we didn't really have a band name. I had been going to Greece since 1986 with my wife, and we have family and friends there, and it's just such a special place for us. And all of a sudden, one day, walking around the property, cleaning the barn, doing whatever, it just kind of slipped out of my mouth, Achilles wheel. And I think what resonated for me was, we all know what the Achilles heel is, and what kind of trouble that gets into, people into. And for me, the Achilles wheel is a way forward out of the bad stuff and into the good times.
Okay. So, what were you saying before we got on the Zoom? You were talking about the Jam Fest.
Well, the Jam Fest, Janet Hunt and her friends and that pack of wild ones has been putting on this festival. I think this is the 10th anniversary. Is that
It
right?
is. This is the 10th.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she has been kind enough to invite us down there more than once, and we're looking forward to coming back again. And all I can say is that it's always a marvelous time. And the other thing that is becoming very clear to a lot of us, and maybe you feel the same way, is that these small intimate festivals are really, it's becoming more of a touchstone than going to some huge thing. I mean, there are some big shows I would go to, but not many anymore. And I really like the camaraderie and the community of the small festivals.
There's so much intimacy within there, and the energy just seems like a better vibe when you're in a group like the June Lake Jam Fest. I like something that Janet said, because they talked about how they some other group wanted to grow the festival even bigger, and they're like, what other setting can you have than right here? We're never gonna, this is it. We're not selling out to become bigger. We're going to stay the June Lake Jam Fest. And I love that integrity. And I love how unique the festival is there.
I agree to all those points.
Anything you like? I love the sound. If you send me some MP3s, we'll start spinning them on the radio station.
I will do that. I'll
especially from that fourth album. Are you planning on playing a lot from the fourth album, or just all over the spectrum? Or do you have anything new coming out?
Well, okay, that's a lot of questions. Well, let's start with the first one, and I think that one of the things that we agreed to with Janet was that we would, of course, play our own stuff.
Right.
And there are a lot of bands that come and they do music of the Grateful Dead. I think our band has done a little of that. We have been moonlighting as a cover band here and there, but not so much anymore. But I think that one of the things that we landed on recently that really suits us just fine is the JGB thing. So we're going to be doing a little bit of that, and then mostly our own stuff.
Well, enjoy your stuff.
Yeah. So then I think that as far as what original stuff we're going to play, I did write out a set list, because we like to be prepared. We don't always use it, but we like to have one anyway. I think it's going to be a little bit of everything.
Okay. Now, what about the new album? Do we have one?
Well, okay. So that's the thing. We've been going round and round with, how do we release a new collection of songs? In what format? Do we make a CD? Do we make an LP, vinyl? The whole story these days. It's a little complicated.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do, we have a collection of tunes. I don't know. It keeps growing every day. It was like started at 12 and now it's up to 15. And I think what we decided to do is we would put out CDs as an EP every so often. And we have a new EP that has 4 songs on it.
Okay.
And And then of course, it's going to be available on Bandcamp, which is kind of a friendly format for a lot of musicians. And
Yeah.
beyond that, I'm kind of waiting to see it. It sounds like, the 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 rumors I hear are that CDs are actually kind of making a comeback. People
Yeah.
are appreciating the sound quality, but also just the format of having something physical that they can play at their own, leisure.
Yeah. Well, I like my format of choice is vinyl. I'm still a huge vinyl addict. I still buy vinyl. I have this large CD collection, and I guess cassette tapes are even coming back.
Really? No kidding.
Yeah, wait for 8-track and then reel to reel. Let's make this thing come full circle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even think anybody in this millennial age would be able to spool up a reel to reel.
I came across country okay, we're going to date myself right now. In 1980, I drove from Philadelphia to California in my girlfriend's 1960 Mustang, and it had an 8-track player in it.
Oh, sweet.
I know, right?
Yeah. I'd love to have that car.
Yeah.
Any final things you want to share with any of our listeners and watchers out there on about your band Achilles Wheel and
Well, Achilles Wheel is for me, honestly, just a really open bunch of guys that enjoy playing everything from old covers to the Grateful Dead to our original stuff, which is really the passion that we have, is putting out our own original music. And I would just say that we're still doing it and having a great time, and really looking forward to coming back and seeing you all at June Lake.
Hi, my name is Mark Hatter, and I'm the director of the Bishop Community Band. I would like to invite you to our concerts every Monday night from 8 to 9 p.m. in the gazebo at the front of the Bishop City Park. One more time, at the gazebo in the front of the Bishop City Park, 8 to 9 p.m. on Mondays. Absolutely free.
Hello, this is Fred Rowe from Sarah Brighta Fly Fishing Guide Service, bringing you this week's QRF, Quick Report Fishing. For what? August 15th to the 21st, Upper Owens River. Man, it's been good first thing in the morning. Nymphet, what are you going to use? You're going to use pheasant tails, beaded flashbacks. You're going to use gold-ripped hare's ear, beaded flashbacks. And you're also going to use olive quilligons. And then on the surface, use pale morning duns, use blue-wing olive parachutes, and use elk hair caddis. Okay, let's whip over to Hot Creek. It's great in the mornings. Only thing going on right now, tricos. Start off with a trico female dun, and then switch to a trico spinner. Okay, let's go to Hot Creek. No, not Hot Creek. Where are we going? Let's go to Crawley Lake. What's going on Crawley? Hey, it's midget. It's been good. So get out there, fish 10 to 20 feet of water, and use tiger midges, zebra midges, and blood midges. Where are we going next? Lower Owens River. What are we going to do on the Lower Owens River? We're going to fish elk hair caddis. If you can deal with the high flows, fishing off the bank. Well, then let's go to my favorite, Bishop Creek Canal. Fish it first thing in the morning, nymph it. What are you going to nymph it with? Gold-ripped hare's ear, pheasant tail nymphs, 16 and 18s. Use a few midges in there. Tiger midges, zebra midges. Okay, let's rip up the hill and go to where? Bishop Creek itself. And where are you going to fish? You can fish in the neighborhood of Weir Pond. What are you going to do? Fish a dry and a dropper. Use a stimulator, use a gold-ripped hare's ear, use a tiger midge. Hey, this has been Fred Rowe from Sarah Brighta, bringing this week's QRF for August 15th to the 21st.
Hi, I'm Pastor Tim Homan from the Pastors Roundtable and pastor at Bishop Grace Lutheran Church and Mammoth Lakes Lutheran Church with a devotional message for you entitled The Gift of Authority. The human heart is wild and lawless. And since we have wild hearts, we love it when there's no authority over us, right? We love anarchy. And anarchy would love to see the world burn. This is why the Lord blesses societies with the gift of authority. We don't often see authority as a gift, but authority does more than restrict things like stealing, destruction, and killing. It also maintains peace, and with peace we receive protection and support for our life here on earth. Authority truly is a gift. But who is our authority? The Lord has seen it fit to institute fathers, mothers, police officers, judges, the military, teachers, pastors, guardians, employers, and I can go on all those who are in authority over us. What this means is those people are a gift to us. They are gifts to protect us from our own wild heart and from other people's wild heart. That is why when we pray that those in authority, and thank God for making these people His representatives on earth, representatives who work for peace. Take a moment and look around right now. Do you have peace? Then thank God for those in authority who have been faithful and maintaining good order in your life. I'm Pastor Tim Homan from the Pastors Roundtable, Bishop Grace Lutheran Church, and Mammoth Lakes Lutheran Church.
Hello, this is Jimmy T. on behalf of Sierra Wave Media, Laughing Parrot Productions, and the Bishop Twin Theater. This is a room with many views. Today, the view is Nobody 2. Nobody 2 is a sequel to Nobody, which was a surprise hit 2 years ago. You don't have to see Nobody to watch Nobody 2. It fills in the gap. Now, I don't recommend you don't watch Nobody, but you don't need to watch it. Nobody 2 is a standalone movie. Bob Odenkirk plays Hutch. Hutch is paying back a debt, but he's an assassin. He knows violence. So he's losing his family, he's losing his wife, he's losing his children. His wife is not happy with the way marriage is going. So he decides, we'll go on vacation. So he goes on vacation to the place where his father took him when he was a child. His father is Christopher Lloyd. Another outstanding performance. It's just too short. So I highly recommend Nobody 2. It's a big screen movie because there's lots of special effects and scenes that you just kind of need to be overwhelmed. I give it 2 thumbs up, 9.5 fingers up. So the characters are wonderful. Bob Odenkirk can play anything. Kylie Nielsen is his wife. Christopher Lloyd is his father. Sharon Stone is the baddest bad person ever. And it's just, she's just does a great job. The language is wonderful. The acting is dialogue is wonderful. The acting is outstanding. The costumes are wonderful. The special effects are just at another level. There's special effects in here that I've never seen in an action adventure movie, and I've watched a lot of bang bang shoot 'em ups. The music, the soundtrack alone adds to every scene where it's presented. So there's one scene where Bob Odenkirk and family are going to the pool. The soundtrack is about 10 seconds of a song, and it just sets the entire mood. So I highly recommend Nobody 2, showing at your Bishop Twin Theater starting August 15th. It's a big screen movie. It's not really for little children. There's lots of violence. The language is atrocious. There's no sex. It's laugh out loud funny, but it's also, it sucks you into the story where what's going to happen now? And there's so many twists and turns in the plot. It keeps you watching. So this is Jimmy T for Laughing Parrot Productions, Sierra Wave Media, and the Bishop Twin Theater, reviewing Nobody 2. 2 thumbs up, 9.5 fingers up. See it on the big screen. Be tremendous.